You can't just park there. She screamed, eyes wild, lips curled, finger jabbing toward my bumper. I stared at the 2 feet of water lapping around our ankles. Karen, your sprinkler system's overflowing into the emergency vehicle bay and my mom's inside, waiting for an ambulance. That's when she smiled. Smiled. Like she'd won something. God help me, I almost lost it. My voice cracked as I yelled, do you realize someone could die because of this? But Karen just shrugged and muttered something about HOA landscaping standards, like that made any sense at all. 10 minutes earlier, I had been trimming hedges outside Mom's place when I noticed the hiss of water where there shouldn't be any. A cracked PVC main, probably intentional, was dumping gallons straight downhill. Right into the vehicle bay designated for paramedics. My heart dropped. Mom had called me that morning in tears, struggling to breathe. I'd told her to stay in bed, help was coming. But now? That water was no accident. And Karen stood with her arms crossed, smug and superior, as if she were the victim. I told you the HOA didn't approve those trees on the edge of lot 14, she snapped. You people never listen, so I had the landscaping crew reroute the irrigation lines. Legally. I nearly choked. You rerouted water into a first responder zone. She blinked, then gave a little smirk. Well, you shouldn't have violated HOA Code Section 3B. Maybe next time you'll fill out the correct forms. Actions have consequences, sweetie. Oh no. No. Not today. While Karen filed her fake complaints and played bureaucrat, I'd spent 20 years in disaster response. Military engineering. Flood mitigation. Urban crisis recovery. You really want to play infrastructure chicken with me, Karen? I ran to my truck, always stocked for emergency work, and yanked out both sump pumps, a tangle of hoses, and a gas generator. I could feel her eyes drilling into my back, probably dialing the HOA legal line. Whatever. Let them come. By the time the fire engine appeared at the top of the hill, I already had both pumps blasting water into the storm drains. My boots sloshed through puddles, soaked but steady. In 5 minutes, the bay was clear, bone dry. The paramedics rolled in fast. Mom got the oxygen she needed. And me? I just exhaled. Finally. But of course, Karen wasn't done. The next morning, a bright pink notice was duct taped to my garage. HOA code violation: unauthorized use of machinery on shared grounds. Fined, $2,000. I stared at the paper, fists shaking. You've got to be kidding me. I could have let it go. I could have paid the stupid fine, kept the peace, whatever. But something inside snapped. Maybe it was watching my mom fight to breathe. Maybe it was the months of petty power trips. Or maybe it was just the word unauthorized. Like my emergency equipment was some lawn ornament. So I got to work. First, I gathered every piece of communication Karen had ever sent: emails, notices, voicemails. The kind of paper trail that paints a perfect picture of targeted harassment. Then I spoke to 3 other residents, people she'd fined, bullied, and intimidated for the smallest things. Turns out, Karen had been submitting forged complaints. Fake neighbor signatures. Altered timestamps. One guy had proof she'd filed a landscaping infraction before the new bylaws were even approved. It was fraud. Straight up, old school fraud. So we filed a class action lawsuit. Loud, public, and legally airtight. Her signature was on everything. Her authority was tied to a position she'd won by default when no one else ran yet. She'd made herself judge, jury, and executioner over an entire community. 2 weeks later, Karen was served on her porch. I watched from across the street as she turned white, then red, then screamed about traitors and legal immunity. Yeah, good luck with that in court. And karma? Karma came quick. The court ordered a full audit of the HOA. Karen's records were a disaster: missing funds, fake vendors, and thousands misused. The state HOA commission stepped in. Karen was barred from holding any HOA office ever again. And she's now facing criminal charges for document forgery and fraud. Her house. For sale. Quietly listed, one desperate whisper at a time. As for me, I never got a thank you. But I didn't need one. My mom's alive. The emergency bays protected now with permanent drainage systems. I installed them myself. And the HOA rebuilt from the ground up, with real community input. No more tyrants. No more forged rules. Sometimes, justice doesn't come with a bang. Sometimes, it hums like a generator at full power, clearing away the filth in 5 minutes flat. Want more real stories where karma hits hard and fast? Subscribe to my YouTube channel for the next wild twist.